The Tortoise and the Hare.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa, and today I would like to tell you a story that you probably might have heard before, but listen, I promise that this story has still something new to teach us. It is the story of the hare and the tortoise. Yay! It is a tale about patience, persistence, and a little lesson on humility. So, are you ready for the story? Grab your pillow, grab up snacks and popcorn, and let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest filled with sunshine and laughter, there were many animals lived there. But the two different animals that stand out the most was the hare and also the tortoise. The hare was fast, energetic, and confident. Well, maybe a little too confident. He would hop around the forest and always showing his speed to everyone who would listen. "Look at me," he said proudly. "No one in this forest can run as fast as I can. I'm the fastest animal alive." He would always say that. Meanwhile, the tortoise, he moved very slow, step by step, calm and steady. He didn't mind being slow. He enjoyed the journey. He smiled at every flower he passes by. He greets every insect and taking his time. But the hare loved to tease him. Every time the tortoise passes by, the hare would laugh and say, "Ha ha ha! Hey, slowpoke! You'll never get anywhere with that speed. Maybe you should just stay at home. By the time you reach the house, it'll already be tomorrow. Ha ha ha!" But the tortoise smiled patiently and replied, "You may be fast, my friend, but speed isn't everything." The hare burst into laughter. "Ha ha ha! Are you saying that you could beat me in a race?" The tortoise looked at him, calm as always. "Why not? Let's have a race tomorrow morning." The hare's eyes widened as he was shocked, and then he smirked. "Deal, you're on." The next morning, the animals of the forest gathered to watch. The birds perched on the branches, the squirrels cheered from the trees, and the fox stood proudly as the referee. The fox shouted, "Ready, set, go!" The hare jumped forward like a lightning. Whoosh! Dust flew everywhere, and in a second, the tortoise was left far behind. The hare turned his head, laughed, and shouted, "See you at the finish line, slowpoke! Ha ha ha!" He ran and ran until he couldn't even see the tortoise anymore. Then the hare saw a shady tree. He said, stretching. "The tortoise is probably still miles away. I can take a nap and still win easily." And so he lay down, closed his eyes, and soon the forest filled with his loud snores. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept walking. He step by step walking, slowly but steady. And then he passed by the sleeping hare. He smiled and whispered, "It's not about speed, but it's about never stopping." And then he passed by. The sun started to set. The finish line came into sight. The forest animals began cheering louder and louder. "Go, tortoise, go!" The noise woke the hare. He opened his eyes, yawned, and then he looked around. "Oh no, he's almost there!" The hare jumped and ran as fast as he could, faster than ever before. But unfortunately, it was already too late. The tortoise crossed the finish line first. The animals erupted in cheers. "Hooray! For the tortoise, yay!" The hare stopped, panting, and looked embarrassed. He bowed his head and said, "You're right, tortoise. I was too confident, and I underestimated you." The tortoise smiled kindly. "It's okay, my friend. We all move at our own pace." From that day on, the hare learned to be humble and the tortoise become the quiet hero of the forest. They even become good friends. They often seen walking side by side, one fast and one slow, but they're always together. And that's the end of the story. Yay! So, what can we learn from the story? First, we can learn that speed doesn't always mean success. And it's better to be steady, patient, and consistent, because sometimes the one who keeps going ends up winning the race, just like Tortoise. And most importantly, never ever underestimate others or yourself. Everyone moves at their own pace, and that's perfectly okay. So, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story, and bye bye!